All right. I think we're live. Welcome, everyone. This is Frank Plezitz, and with Vyral Marketing, I'm your host today for Keeping It Real. Thank you so much for attending. This has been doing the show for many years. You can go to keepingitreal.com all the way back to probably, I think, 2013, 2014, right when Google Hangouts were coming out. I don't think even Zoom was around yet. Where we went around the country and interviewed all these top agents and top professionals that are just killing it in real estate, making money, doing deals, and wanted to interview them and get to the bottom of what they're doing to be successful. It's been so cool. Everyone just hops on here and just gives away everything and shares everything. How nice is that? So you go to keepingitreal.com for really great interviews with top real estate professionals all over the country to learn what they are doing to make a great living selling real estate with a good, consistent income that's profitable, that's hopefully with ease. Now, there's nothing more easier than people finding you online and just magically calling you or opting in to saying they want to buy or sell a home without having to spend much money in the long term. That's the key, Bob, in the long term. And I don't think in the history of the show, we've done a show on search engine optimization. What can you do with your website, specifically your Real Geeks website, which is the sponsor behind this show and helps put the show on, to get it found online? So when sellers and buyers are on Googling looking for information on a neighborhood or whatever it may be, they find your website and they register on your website and you get the lead, which would be super nice, isn't it, Bob?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep. So I'm going to introduce you to Bob here in a second, but if you'd like to subscribe to the show, go to keepingitreal.com, opt in. You can also go to the Real Geeks Facebook page where we stream it there. It's also on the Real Geeks YouTube channel. You can watch the show that way. And we do these about every 2 weeks. So with that, Bob, welcome, my friend. Thanks for being the guest today.
Thank you for having me.
So you sell real estate in Dallas, right?
We cover Dallas-Fort Worth and the Houston market. We also occasionally dabble.
Oh, so you're...
Yeah. We're up to 24 agents.
Good for you. Great.
Yeah, which is great. Oh my gosh. So we dabble in Austin every once in a while, and then we refer out. We advertise for other areas and just refer those out.
Great.
So we're trying to blanket. We're trying to get eventually join every major MLS in the Texas area and network across. And whatever we can't go close ourselves, we'll just refer.
So you had to build a lead generation strategy to support that across all those markets.
Yes.
And that's what we're going to talk about today.
Okay, great.
All right. So let me ask you, let's just get your top 3 ways that you get business. Because I would assume one of the reasons the 24 agents joined your team is you probably had them some leads.
Right.
Right. So what's the number one way you generate customers for what it is that you do?
For me, myself, the number one way would be what I call attraction marketing. I have people gravitate to me because just who I am in the community and in the area. I am capped at 5,000 people on Facebook, and I'm ticked off about it. So if Zuckerberg is watching, please give me more people. And I literally know almost all of them in some way or fashion.
All 5,000? You're a super connector, Bob.
I'm trying. Yeah. So I try to draw people to us by doing events, by doing any sort of social media posting I can do to draw people in. I want to be that connector. So that's probably my number one way is attraction marketing. I never go door knock. I never tend to cold call a lot. I mean, if they've registered on my website, that's a warm call to me. But I just have people gravitate to me by doing food drives, coat drives, shoe drives, shredding events, pride events, any sort of thing I can get people to come to. We did a kite flying event 2 weeks ago. We had 40 people show up. People just want to be kids again. So it's that sort of gravitating people to me. Thank you for laughing at that. Well, by the way, laugh at me, laugh near me.
No, it's good. It's because it's true. It's true.
I like humor. So anytime you feel like just smile and laugh. That's my number one thing. Number 2 thing would be our website. And I believe a lot. Yes, I run a Google ad, and I will always run a Google ad because I want that steady hum of clients coming in. But I also try to outpace the Google ad each month. I have this little chip on my shoulder that I want to draw in more leads organically than the Google ad. And the months that I do that, I give myself a little cookie. And the months I don't, I take the cookie away. It's not really. But my point is I'm trying to.
No, I wouldn't be. Do you literally eat a cookie?
No, but I should now. I should make that real. But if you, I want to try to beat that every month. But I will never get rid of the Google ad because it's bringing in the steady business. And usually I'm within 10 clients of the Google ad if I'm missing it. And I've got stats on that I can share with you in a bit. My third way
this is interesting. Not only are you for what it's worth, an incredibly social individual, you must be an incredibly analytical individual as well.
Okay, so we did the diagram test of where you are: analytical, driver, amiable, expressive, and I define myself as an expressive driver. Everybody who I asked, how do you see Bob? 60 or 70% analytical, and I'm like, I am not an analytical, and I have a graph to prove it.
I think you have a very unique skill set. You
Oh,
are a driver, you're expressive, you have enough control to run a business, and you have a lot of good traits to do what you do. I'll just share that with the audience. So anyways,
thank you.
This is the first time we met, by the way. So I'm meeting you for the first time, Bob. Third thing. So you have events, attraction marketing, AdWords. I think it's Google ads now. And
Google ads,
search engine optimization.
Right.
What's the third way you're bringing in the business?
Third way would just be through, I have a farm. I'm not so great at keeping up with it. Answer just flew out of my head. Third way of
direct mail.
I'm sorry. I don't
direct
do
mail.
that much direct mail. I do. Okay. So I do direct mail to my sphere. So everybody has a holiday card list, right? During COVID, I started sending to that list every month, and I will send an unexpected card. Like in July, I sent a Christmas card because during COVID, I was kind of like, screw it, let's have the holidays now. We never know. And then for Valentine's, I sent the Morticia Adams cutting the roses off. Happy singles Valentine during COVID. You can't have COVID. Can't have Valentine's. I just started sending funny cards every month to my holiday card list. I get so much responses off of that. People will send a picture of the card on social media, like, Bob hit my mailbox again. Here we go. And it's always something totally unexpected. So what was it for?
Well, you said a farm, but it's really not a farm. It's like you're farming your past clients.
It's a demographic farm. Yeah.
It's a demographic. Yeah.
I do have a geographic farm, and my postcard that I'm sending out, I'm sending the same postcard 2 or 3 times because they have to get the message. And it's literally on the front of the card says, "No, I don't want to buy your house. Especially not for 20 to 40% off. List it with me and I'll get you more money." But it's got the big red no symbol. And it's just, stop asking me to buy your house. I'm not buying your house, but I'll sell it for you for 40% more than these people. And on the back, it says, are you accepting a postcard offer for your home? Then you're leaving money on the table.
That's brilliant.
Stop asking me to buy your house.
Did you come up with that?
Yes.
Bob, that's brilliant.
Stop asking me.
It's brilliant.
Stop pestering me to buy your house.
They're getting pestered from everyone.
Yeah, but I want to do the postcards that get people to have that unusual, oh my God, what is this card? Why am I getting this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so
really good.
I go for the funny.
Yeah.
How many people send out a postcard that says, I want to buy your house. I'll write you a cash offer. I love the agents right now who are like, but we're bidding cash. Everybody's bidding cash. That doesn't get you inside the velvet rope anymore.
No, I don't want to buy your home.
No, stop asking me. I'm really literally tired of you asking me to buy your home, but I'll sell it to you for a lot more money than the postcard guy.
That's a great message. What a great takeaway, Bob. Thank you for sharing that.
It's a reverse psychology.
Do you have a copy of that postcard laying around?
I certainly do.
Can you show it?
I don't have it right beside me now. But
how far is it away?
Huh?
You want to go grab it?
Yeah. Can I?
Go grab it. Yeah, go ahead.
I think I have it here.
Let's see it. Go grab it. So, Bob does lots of events, and we'll get a list of all the events that he's putting out. Like I asked him to grab it, everybody. I want to see it. Doing Google AdWords, I'll ask him some of the keyword campaigns and what the keywords he's optimizing for and the quality score and that type of stuff. If you know what AdWords are, it's, you type in homes for sale or condos for sale or whatever in Dallas, it shows up in the top of the search results. But I also know he also does a lot of special unique pages for each neighborhood. So we'll talk about that for search engine optimization.
I didn't find it, but I
don't have it?
I have it on my
okay.
computer.
So let me ask you this. Let's start with really quickly your events. I think everyone understands you can put an event together. You can put it up on Eventbrite. The event could be anything. Doesn't even have to be real estate related, like flying kites.
Absolutely. Yeah. Doesn't have to be event.
And then I'm sure you have a great network. You tell everyone about it, email it out, you post it online. A lot of people love you. So they go and roll. But I think what the audience would love to know is just start rattling off all the different events that you've done for different ideas of bringing people together so you can get belly to belly people.
So we've done, obviously we did a kite event recently. Everybody get a rainbow kite. We had rainbows of Carrollton. And it kind of had a pride theme because Texas Pride Realty Group is what I run, and we have an LGBTQ focus. A lot of people think the name means I love Texas. And, we get calls from the people who are like, let's go get our guns and go. But we're the queerest, friendliest, diversest group you can come up with. And that's who we are. We do pride events. We did our first citywide pride event in a suburban DFW Carrollton market last year. And it started with the idea of let's have a picnic, and it grew into 40 booths and 2 food trucks. And we got that off the ground in 47 days. And we had the mayor open the event, which was great. 600 people showed up.
Wow.
600 people showed up.
The mayor?
The mayor, yeah, in suburban Dallas, not downtown, where all the people are. But yeah, that was really great. So we'll do, one of my agents does a theater event every quarter, and he rents the theater out and runs an old movie. Usually it's like, Rocky Horror Picture Show or Clue or some movie that you've seen 100 times and people kind of act out the parts. He does a great job with that. We do shredding events. We did one this weekend. Our best shredding event, we got 80 cars.
Like for shredding your taxes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll do it in April, and we'll do it in October, because if you postpone in April, it's October is when your taxes are due. We had our best event. I think we had like 80 cars come through. We invite the person, come on over, sign up for a gift card giveaway, and we get their name and their number. We talk to them a few minutes about their house. We give them some sort of, cake or pie or something. I don't know. And
So you had 80 people drive to get cake at your office?
No, to get shredding done.
Oh, to get shredding done. Oh, to come in for the shredding.
The shredding is the lure.
Yeah, it's just so everyone knows, it's a big giant truck that you throw paper in, shreds everything.
Yeah.
And people could grab all their documents and throw them in the truck.
We had one guy show up with a U-Haul truck with all of his medical records from his company, and they shredded it for us. Yeah. We've had just amazing, weird stuff come through the shredding day event. We had somebody accidentally had bullets in his box of shredding, and they caught him before they went through the machine. It's a fun day, and we're out there.
Yeah, drop off everything you don't want anyone to see. Bring it over.
Exactly.
I'm sure it is weird. Yeah.
All the things where you're admitting to stuff you shouldn't have done, bring them over. Yeah. So it's that sort of attraction marketing, and we'll put signs in the neighborhoods 3 or 4 days before. I'll go to Vistaprint and print some signs, and we'll do a Facebook campaign. We'll do a Facebook ad targeting that area, and we'll also put it on Nextdoor. And so when people come through, I'll ask, where did you hear about us? Probably half the people find us on Facebook. Probably a third of people saw the signs, just drove by, randomly saw the sign. Oh my God, pull in, we got to shred this. And then probably 15% found us on Nextdoor. Cool. So the demographic is trending much more towards the Facebook.
And it sounds like the people who work for you, when you tell them, hey, our strategy is holding fun events, everyone gets excited about prospecting again.
Yeah. Because if you tell them they got to pick up the phone every day, which they do, I do that.
Yeah. But it's inviting to a fun event.
Oh
it's not trying to convert an expired listing to trust with you.
Right. So if somebody can come to our event and get a piece of cake and shred some stuff, and we always have a business sponsoring us. Like this last time, we were at a restaurant called Maze Eats, and Maze they're kind of a gourmet takeout is their niche. So we invited everybody to go inside and get something from them. They're great. Go get some great food. And so it was a collaborative event, and we gave them clients, and we got clients for ourselves. We'll do it at title companies.
And does that help out getting some people to pick up the tab with the sponsors to zero cost?
I never asked them to pay for anything.
Nothing. You just we just work together to help get the word out.
What they're giving me is the ability to use their parking lot for a shredding truck, because we're a virtual company and we don't have a building. So all I ask for you is just let me have the parking lot for 2 hours.
Is that recent? Did you decide to go that way, or have you always been a work from home?
I've been virtual since I opened the company in 2009, and we went virtual in 2012.
That was a big decision.
Yeah.
That was early in the days of the whole work from home movement.
Yeah.
Especially with 1099 agents and everyone works from home.
Yeah. And it's interesting because a lot of
that's unique, Bob.
A lot of other broker friends were like, "Why you want to be virtual? We got to have our secretary and our
we got to have everyone in there and and everybody make the calls."
When COVID hit, I called them up and said, "How you feel about running a virtual brokerage now? Are you still paying for that building and that secretary?
Yeah.
How's that copy machine going right now?
Yeah. How's that rent payment? 2 years of you
not having to use the secretary and a copy machine.
Yeah.
How's that overhead?"
That was really forward of you. So you had to pick a lead generation strategy people actually do working from home that wasn't like forced.
Right. Which is where
the events come
my
from.
social is so important to me.
Yes.
And my website is so important to me. Back in the day, I don't know if you, we had a tech company coming through town, and they're still in business, but their day has passed, but they're still good. And they had talked about that real estate is local. Okay, so Dallas-Fort Worth is a city of suburbs. There are 40 to 50 suburbs around Dallas and Fort Worth that we have to think about. So I have literally about 50 some odd business pages on Facebook, one for each city, because nobody wants to go to Dallas real estate. They want to see Carrollton, Plano, the Colony, Garland, Fort Worth, Mansfield. They want to see all the different cities represented. So I've got Zapier, sending daily feeds to each of those pages. Plus I have an admin who goes out and adds extra things to those pages, just so a human actually puts out events and stuff like that. We literally run 50 or so Facebook pages for the company, and all of them have a link in there that says, you want to find out about this event in Carrollton that we're talking about, click here, and it takes them to texaspriderealty.com. So all those pages,
which is the dedicated page on your Real Geek site for that area.
Right, exactly.
Got it.
So we can either take them to Texas Pride Realty directly, let's take Plano, Texas. If I'm posting in the Plano, Texas Facebook group about stuff in Plano, it'll have a link to want to find out more, texaspriderealty.com/Plano. And I take them directly to the Plano page, deep linking into the IDX rather than going just to the home page.
Mm-hmm. It's just Plano results.
Talk about in a minute is I don't believe that. Let's get into IDX theory for a second here. I don't think an IDX is beneficial if it just has a box that says find a house. If the box just says find a house and you're counting on your client to find a house, that's just not going to work for you. I love to have all the searches predefined as much as I can. And so I have city pages on my IDX. And within the city, I break it out by corner lots, cul-de-sac lots, mother-in-law plans, 3-car garages, large houses, tiny houses, price point this, price point that. And I try pool, yes, no, HOA, yes, no. And so that if they get in there, they can go right to what they want. And better yet, Google goes and looks at each one of those. And so when somebody types in a long trail search for Plano homes on a corner lot, Google is much more likely to send them to me because I have it already lined out rather than a website that says find a house in a box.
Okay, so what's the address for everyone again for your Real Geek site they can go see?
texaspriderealty.com.
And how many niche, I don't know if they're called neighborhoods, areas, pages did you build out?
Am I allowed to share screen?
Yeah, just make sure you try to share your screen 16:9 as a rectangle. So the size of your screen when you share it, just try to make it a smaller rectangle on your screen so the audience can see it.
I'm not sure how that's going to work, but you tell me if I'm doing it right. Hold on just a second. I'll just zoom the resolution up.
Actually, you know what? You can't. I don't have the
don't worry
controls
about
for it.
So
that's okay. Well, let's give everyone the address and they can go see it.
texaspriderealty.com. So
Yep.
I've broken out about 40 different cities in the area. And then I broke out styles of new homes, golf courses, craftsman's, Victorian homes, duplexes, lofts. I took the Dallas-Fort Worth rail system, which is really not that great of a rail system, and I made a link for every stop on the rail system. So you can click on that and find homes within a radius of that, within that rail stop, so that you could have a walking lifestyle if you wanted to and take the mass transit. I've done the 14 counties around Dallas-Fort Worth. Even if I don't want to go sell there, I'll refer it out. I've done the 41 high-rise towers in the Dallas-Fort Worth area for condos.
You did every single tower?
Every single tower I could find, 41. And then there are roughly 390, almost 400 zip codes that cover Dallas-Fort Worth. I'm in the process of building out each one of those as an area page with SEO behind it.
How do you get the content for all this, man? Do you go out and get photos? Like, are you your own journalist for all these?
I'm not putting photos on there. I'm just putting the houses so that the link is there so they can go look at the house.
Got it. So you go run the predetermined searches for all those areas.
Right. Because if you look at the keyword searches, and some people are like, keywords are dead, nobody does keywords, but everybody still does keywords. So if you go look at the keywords, sometimes, like if you're searching in Plano, they're searching for the zip code in Plano. So let's have a zip code search. Sometimes they're searching for something that's slightly misspelled. And so I'll slightly misspell it.
How many ads? So this is the principle here is search engine optimization. Where did you learn all this, Bob?
I just started doing it.
So you started getting extremely niched, extremely local on your website. People go to your
Right.
website to see what you're doing, to
Mhm.
build out these pages with these saved searches.
Mhm.
And then you have a Google AdWords account that you use to drive traffic. How many different ad groups do you have niched down to a specific keyword phrase for?
And
Do you
this
have,
is
do
a
you have an
question
ad group for every single page?
I don't. And here's the thing. I have my ads run through Real Geeks. So I don't do my own ads.
Oh,
And
so
maybe
Real
there's
Geeks does
something
all
I
the
should sit
ads.
down with Real Geeks and go, hey, what can we do with this? I had a very unfortunate experience with Google Ads one time, which I don't want to distract us with, but basically I can't run ads myself because I tried to run an ad for $500 a month, and they fixed it for me because it wasn't right, and they started running it for $500 a day.
Yeah, it's a very easy thing to do.
And I was
think
on my
everyone has that
honeymoon and didn't
experience.
notice it. I was on my, this should have been a precursor for what the marriage was going to be like. But I was on my honeymoon, didn't notice the bank account just draining.
Oh,
And I came home and they had taken $9,000 out of my bank account. And stupid me, I was running it on a debit card. So it not only drained the checking, it drained the savings because it just kept overdrafting every day.
oh my goodness
And it
gracious.
came home broke, basically.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So hey,
Yeah.
so
So
Google Eyes
lesson
don't see
there,
eye to eye.
yes.
So we're running our ads
AdWords,
under you guys, under Real Geeks.
and I bet they love you
Oh,
because they have such niched keywords that aren't expensive.
Yeah.
Because no one else hasn't really bidding on such niche keyword phrases to each of your pages.
I would love to have somebody see. I know what I know, and I only know it because I'm trying it. I don't know as much on the ad side, how I should be, maybe pumping this to the next level. I'm just pumping out pages. I can go to my Google Analytics and see, like, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, I didn't go out and do anything. I'm kind of boring. I dropped about 700 more pages on my site. My analytics went up.
What do you mean 700 pages?
I coded area pages for my zip
So you went
codes.
and created 700 new pages
No,
for
hear
each
me
zip.
out. I coded maybe like 15 or 20, but every area page has link pages on them. Okay, so the difference between an area page is a defined page with SEO behind it. It's dedicated to Carrollton, Texas. Okay, then I go in there and I create a link, Carrollton, Texas, and I click feature with pool. That becomes a link page off of the area page. So I have with pools, price points.
To the search results in the index.
Right, so that within every area page has 20 link pages adapted to it.
Got it.
So exponentially, I'm increasing my presence by putting in 20 area pages. Each of those have 20 link pages off of them. 20 times 20 is a lot of pages.
Do you do any blogging or any stuff online to get backlinks of quality people linking back to you? Why don't you share with the audience what you do there?
So we're doing a site is called Today's DFW. Today's DFW is a review page for restaurants, businesses in the area, events that happen.
Is that yours?
Yes, it's ours.
So you created your own separate site linking back to yourself.
Today's DFW, yes. And I pay people $30 a blog to go eat dinner somewhere. They take 5 pictures, write me 2 unique paragraphs, and then I have a website person who takes that content and puts it on Today's DFW. And let's say the restaurant's in Grapevine. At the bottom, she'll say, you want to learn more about Grapevine? Follow this link to texaspriderealty.com/grapevine.
Bob, that's brilliant.
I pay them $30 to go to dinner. They give me the content. It's my content now.
Yep.
I want to have somebody, and I
it's
need
unique.
to have yeah, it's unique. And it's really, I got
how many words do you ask for?
2 paragraphs.
Oh, it's not much. And some photos.
Yeah, but they always send me 4 paragraphs. They always want to write more. And five photos. Which
how many blogs are you putting on there a month?
I don't know per month, usually 6 to 10, I think. I could go to my WordPress site and tell you if you need it.
That's great. Yeah. So you're just kind of employing all your friends to go out and pay them and write something, goes up on your website, and it links back. The site that you own is linking back to yours.
Right.
Have you gone any deeper than that with other sites linking back to other sites? Anything deeper on the back?
I haven't, just because every once in a while I have to sleep. But honestly, my friends will tell you that I hate to go to a movie because for 2.5 hours I can't be doing this. I loved COVID. I didn't love COVID, but I love the fact that movies were streaming and I could sit here and do this while I'm watching the new movie,
Yeah, you love it.
Because I'm compulsorily working all the time. And I love it. This is what I want to do. I'm a Tom Ferry coach. I'm a real estate broker, but I've moved myself out of the broker role. 2 years ago, we moved from being independent to being a team under a local brand, Home Smart Stars. And there were a couple reasons behind that. But now I am no longer responsible for checking every piece of paper.
Yeah, you're now driving business.
I can focus on coaching my agents up, because I mentor them the way I do my Tom Ferry clients, and driving the technology. And that's where I need the least effective use of my time is driving between houses, showing homes.
Mhm.
I need to be doing this and keeping all 22, 24 agents working. That's my goal.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
my goal. And I'm starting to farm out and do it for other folks in the Tom Ferry ecosystem. I'm like, hey, go get a Real Geek site. I'll work on anybody's site, but go get a Real Geek site and I'll just jump in and do it for you. And I jump in with them on a Zoom call and say, point here, click there, just give me control. And I go do it and come back to them and I watch their analytics jump. And it's kind of cool to say, here's one of my coaching clients. Here's their, oh my God, they're already getting leads off of this. This, by the way, an IDX website, you cannot just deploy it and not fill it out.
Let me ask this. What do you say to somebody like SEO that game's been won?
Oh, that's nice.
I'm not even going to try that game.
That's nice. That's like saying Sally is the best agent in town. We shouldn't try to list a house. Sally can't get every house. Zillow and Realtor can't get every home. And there are enough people coming onto my website. I can show you that I get over 100 to 150 new leads a month. Somebody's coming to my site. So yeah, let Zillow and Realtor and all the rest of those big people grab the big bulk. I'm going to grab the ones I can grab.
And you focused on going after the very, very niche areas of people searching online for you. When did you make the decision that you wanted to double down on SEO like that?
I just started noticing it was happening. And it was like, oh, okay, this is a race. I'll see if I can win each month. It wasn't something I was like, I'm going to go beat them at it. It was just, I noticed the stats coming in and went, oh, that's working. Let's just see how I can do. By the way, in March so far,
blogging? Yeah, go ahead.
In March, the Google ad is winning this month. The last 2 months I won. It's just kind of like, rolling
how you're
the dice.
beating the game is to beat the Google ads.
Right, just to see.
Yeah.
And I'm happy whoever, let's say the Google ad wins this month, I still got clients. I'm not going to sit home and cry about it, but I just want to see if I can beat it.
Have you thought of, do you ever post on Active Rain that has really good backlink juice, or Google My Business, two things you hear commonly?
I have an Active Rain blog. I have an Active Rain blog. I have not posted on it in a long time. I love them. Bob Stewart is a great person. But I just haven't posted on it in a while.
Yeah, just curious, because usually you hear for kind of out in the space when it's like getting people to link to you is Active Rain. They charge like $200 a year and they give you the follow links for the backlinks, as well as Google My Business, like your blog on your Google My Business.
Google My
page.
Business, I'm banging it out on Google My Business. Mm-hmm. I'm really trying, because as Tom Ferry people, we're
I think that's kind of drilled into you in the Tom Ferry world, like even geotagging the photos that you post.
Oh, we did that. We went through every listing we've ever had from 2009 forward, and I had somebody go geotag it in GeoImager for me, and we put our logo on it, and we put a little thing that said sold in what year.
And what would I type in if I want to see your Google My Business? What's the name of the company?
Pride Realty.
Texas Pride Realty Dallas, and that's what will show up on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Right?
Now, Google My Business, if you live in like Seattle, Washington, I may not come up because it's localized.
If you type in Dallas, it usually will. If you actually type in the city
Okay.
after it, just so you know. Yeah, I've done that. If you type in the city afterwards, if you type in the city after the business name, it'll generally come up.
So,
cool.
So can I give you one thing that I tell all my clients is, if when I'm dealing with them and I'm talking about their social presence and their web presence, and I ask, where's your website? And they say, oh, my broker runs one for me. That is the least effective thing you can do. You've got to get your own website. I have signed up, and I'll go sign up on their site and test what their drip systems are doing, how often their assistant calls me, that sort of thing. I go test it for the client. I have been on 3 of the major brands where the lady's like, oh, it's my broker runs it for me. I don't get assigned to her. I'll sign up on Sally's website and Steve will call me back because the brokerage reassigns the lead. I've been on their sites. There's no keywords. There's no metadata. There's nothing. And they think they're paying their brokerage $200 or $300 a month as a fee, and they're getting this website, and it's getting them absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Same way as if you call one of the multiple IDX companies out there and you get them to get you a website. Well, it's like you built a house, but you never put furniture in. Okay. This house is so uncomfortable. I can't sleep in it. It's a beautiful house, but nobody can sleep in it because you didn't move in any furniture. Fill out your IDX. Don't just,
Why?
most people have a very unattractive website and they pay Google ads and Facebook ads to force people to come to it. My goal is to have an attractive website that Google and Facebook help me with, but people are naturally gravitating to it.
Why Real Geeks?
Programmable URL. Number one thing, a dynamic URL. When I can say city name equal Plano, city name equal Carrollton, city name equal county name equal this, number of rooms equals that, max price this, max price that, and I can change that in the URL programmatically, that gives me the world. If I had an IDX site that just returned results.asp and there's no programming in the URL, that site is dead to me. I can do nothing with it to expand my range other than making a couple pages. And by the way, a lot of IDX companies will charge you for extra pages, which is insane. So it's got the right technology. It's got the ease of being able to program it. If you know what you're doing, which I'm not a super duper programmer, but it's easy to do. It's at a median price point where you can afford to get into it. A lot of companies are priced higher, some are priced lower. There's one company that's 80, I won't mention names, super, but you can do a minimally competent site with it, but this is better. So it's just got that sweet spot of all the capabilities. Plus you can force registration, which by the way, I don't care what website you're doing, you have to force registration. Don't
you do it before they can even search, or you got one or two searches? When
First
do you force
house,
the
have to
opt-in?
register. First house, you have to register. Some of the sites I've been on, because I test everybody's sites and I've got notes on all the different systems that I've been on so far. Some sites, they'll put the registration up, but you can get past it. And you go to the next house and registration comes up, but you can click and close it and still look at the house. Why would I ever register? If you have an IDX that doesn't force registration, you're just throwing away money. You have to do that. And some people are like, well, I don't like doing it on other people's sites. Well, guess what Zillow and Realtor make you do? Register. So if we're going to talk about them being the big dogs and SEO is dead, why don't we do what the big dogs do?
I love the just massive event strategy. So all of your agents are very comfortable prospecting, which is what you had to do when you went working from home because you couldn't get them all jumping up and down in a call center. Yeah. And then you would just enjoy online internet marketing. And you found yourself a good website and you realize I am going to beat Google at their own game. You made it a game for yourself. You said, I'm not doing AdWords, not having that mistake again. You hired someone to do it who's capable, and you made their life amazing by giving really good quality score links to super niche keywords back to super niche pages on your website. And you helped build all of those out. And I love the other blog you created of paying all your friends to go eat and write about stuff that links back to your main website. It's a second website that links back to your main website for the backlinks.
Right.
That's wonderful.
And I got that idea off Gary Vaynerchuk, digital mayor strategy. I had a 6-hour drive one time, and I just put in his thing, and I was driving home like, oh my God, I could totally do this. I wonder if my friends want 25 or 30 bucks. Okay, let's see. And of course, we always have friends who are, like between jobs or constantly unemployed, and 25 bucks, 30 bucks is good. Let's go.
That's great. We also talked a little bit about it as you sending out your database. You have a large list of people that know you, but you send out greeting cards and direct mail, and you basically spend a little money on a certain segment of people.
So this was my St. Patrick's card this year. See if you can read that. looking for gold under every rainbow, and there's the pride guy.
Perfect.
So it's that sort of thing. And you did exactly what I was looking for. You smiled.
Yeah.
My Easter one last year, because COVID, we couldn't do Easter stuff. It was the movie Alien with the eggs, and I painted the eggs like COVID's just waiting for us. Go out and celebrate Easter, and thing. So it's just that sort of you wouldn't, if you don't know the movie Aliens, the eggs are things you want to stay away from. It's that sort of funny-ish thing that I want to do to get people to look at the card, because if you get this in the mail, you're not just going to throw this away. You're going to look at this one and say, what is that? And then on the back, it's just, I just want to make you laugh. How's your life? How's your world? The market's doing this. Call me, got a question.
You remind me of a book I read a long time ago by Bill Glazer called Outrageous Marketing.
Okay.
I think you might like it. Anyone watching this, used to work with Dan Kennedy, one of my mentors, and it's just outrageous marketing by Bill Glazer. I think that's just right up your alley. I mean, long time ago, just for what it's worth, long time ago, I was doing some direct mail,
Yeah.
and I bought little trash cans. And then the headline I put in the letter was, since you've been throwing my letters away, I did it for you already. And then I crumpled it up and put it in the trash can and
Oh,
mailed the
that's
trash
brilliant.
cans. Is that good?
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
I
You should try that. You should throw all these other offers away and use mine. I threw them away for you. Something like that.
probably about 6 years ago, I went and bought like 400, plastic Easter eggs. And I was going to stuff a business card in them and put them in who's not going to open up an Easter egg on Easter morning in their yard?
Yeah.
And I realized the business card doesn't fit. So I had to go create little tags, and put them in there. Stupid me, I didn't measure. And then I drove, and my friend drove, and I'm in the back of the car, and I just started tossing Easter eggs into people's yards at like 2 a.m. And I learned that you can't just throw them because they pop open. So I'm literally egging people's houses at 2 a.m. with Easter eggs. I got nothing out of it, but it was kind of a fun experience. Who's not going to look at an Easter egg in their yard on Easter morning? I was like, why not try to get my name out? I've got these pins. I've given out easily, 20.
Bob, you have no fear, pins. Do you?
Huh?
You have no fear.
What should I be scared of?
I know. You don't have any fear.
Yeah.
You're not afraid of what people think, are you?
I can't be.
No.
I can be afraid of what people will do, but I can't be afraid of what people think.
No.
Yeah.
You're just not afraid. You're just not afraid. I mean, of anything. I mean, just like you will go out and be outrageous in your marketing and all of it. And it's really cool to see that.
A lot of us attend conferences in real estate or in marketing or whatever. Tom Ferry has a 6,000, 7,000 person conference every year. Mm-hmm. My niche, and everybody knows me in the room, is I wear sequin jackets every year.
I don't know what that is.
This side of Elton John, just barely. And I've done it now for the last 5 years. People will come up to me and like get a selfie with me. Hey, bro, how's it going? And I give out my card and I get the referrals back for that. They know me in the sequin jacket. To the point last year, somebody else on the second day wore a sequin jacket and people walked up and said, "You can't do that. That's Bob's." Oh my God.
Yeah, you're known for something.
My people went and harassed him out of the jacket because that's Bob. So every year I get three or four new sequin. I never repeat. And I just order the new ones on Amazon. And they're coming in. So this year I've already got my jackets for August because they know me. If they see me at a different event and I usually only do that for Summit. If they see me at a different event, they'll be like, "Hey, Bob, where's the jackets?" They know me. Yeah. So in that room or wherever space you're at, be unique. If you go to a 6,000 person conference and you sit in your chair and just get on your phone, you're missing the whole thing. You're missing the whole thing. Go meet the people, get the referrals.
It's the whole reason you're there, or else just watch the live
we go
stream.
trick-or-treating for business cards. "Hi, I'm Bob. Who are you? Give me your card." "Oh, great. I want to go with 500 cards and come home with none of my own."
I went to his event. He came through Nashville for his Blueprint event. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
So just
Bob,
do that.
This has been really good. Let me wrap this up.
Okay. I can talk forever. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Great stuff, man.
Good.
Just want to start kind of wrapping up of what we learned from the interview today. Here's again, I want to reiterate my huge takeaways. You decided to go full work from home in 2012. That's like crazy talk back then.
Right.
And you realize you needed a way for people to prospect. And you said, you come here and do events. It's like, oh, so much easier to get them on the phones and make calls. Love it. And the events could be anything.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You double down your Real Geeks website to open up all this really cool different strategies for zip codes, all these different areas with the safe searches there because you have the programmatic URLs. All right.
Yeah.
And then you hired out the AdWords for someone to deal with that because you can see how painful the mistakes can be using that Ferrari. You don't know how to drive it. Right. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And then you do spend extra time with your key contacts with just, greeting cards at times of the year that don't make any sense, but it's happy. Right. And you do outrageous marketing so people remember you.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. So Bob, just curious for the audience, I just probably should have asked this. How much business did you do last year? What do you think you're going to do this year?
We did, and I can give you exact numbers here. We did 162 transactions last year, 47.9 million. And we were a 1.4 million commission company last year. So we were 46.8 million last year. The year before we were at 30.8. So that's a 16 million jump. The year before that, we were 22. So we spent a couple years hovering around 2022 until we rebuilt the engine and got to 30. And in a pandemic, first year of the pandemic, you would think real estate did this. A lot of agents went to sleep. We were like, double down, let's go. And we went from 22 to 30. And the last year we went to 46. This year we're going for 80.
That's great, Bob.
And we're driving it all through. Everything has to come through the IDX Realty Geek site. And everything then goes out from there because that's our funnel. We get them in, we sign them up, we distribute them to the agents, they go close them. We bring them back as a nurture candidate to bring back their friends and family. And we just keep churning that funnel.
And all of your agents have a Real Geese license.
Yeah, all of them have pages
system.
and stuff like that.
Got it.
Round robin assignment.
Bob, thank you for your time today. Thanks for coming on here last minute. What great information you shared. Thank you, Bob. Super, super, super cool. I want to say thank you all of you for attending. If you like this, you want to watch the replay, it'll be up on YouTube. So you'll watch everything there what Bob shared. And I'm sure if you have anyone that needs to buy or sell a home in Dallas or Fort Worth, what's your website, or Houston, or probably anywhere in the counties in Texas shortly as you start building out pages all over the state. All right. What's your website again?
TexasPrideRealty.com.
Bob, thank you so much for your time today.